If you're a parent, the teenage years can feel like a total roller coaster, right? But what happens when those mood swings just feel bigger, more intense than you were expecting? We're going to talk about why it is so important to trust your gut and take a second look when you feel like something more is going on.
This right here, this just gets to the heart of it. It's that feeling of whiplash. One minute your teen is just buzzing with so much energy, they seem absolutely unstoppable, and then the next, it feels like the weight of the world is on them and they can barely function. It's such a jarring cycle.
I'm just going to let that question sit there for a second. If you're nodding your head right now, please know you are not alone. This is a very real, very challenging thing for so many families, and it often leaves parents feeling totally confused and honestly pretty worried.
So here's our game plan. First, we're going to talk about validating your concerns. Then we'll look beyond what's considered typical teen moods. After that, we'll get into the power of a proper diagnosis. I'll introduce you to a resource called MentalSpace School, and then we'll wrap up with a really clear path to getting support.
All right, first up, a parent's second look. This whole section is about that gut feeling, that parental intuition that's telling you, hey, maybe I should pay a little closer attention here. And that's really who we're talking to today. This is for the parents who are carrying that weight, who are trying to figure out if what they're seeing is just teenage stuff, or if it's a sign that their child really needs more support. Your concerns are so valid, and they absolutely matter.
Okay, so let's move on. We're going to go beyond those typical moods now and really try to understand the risks that can come from not having the full picture.
You can see the difference pretty clearly here. On one side, you've got what we all kind of expect from teenagers, some irritability, needing their space. But on the other side, you see those extremes we were just talking about. The frantic, can't slow down highs, and those debilitating, can't get out of bed lows. It's the severity in that back and forth cycle that can be a real warning sign.
There's actually a clinical term for that can't slow them down phase. It's part of what's called a hypomanic history. And this is the piece of the puzzle that so often gets missed in those quick 15-minute evaluations, mainly because those appointments tend to focus only on the depressive symptoms a teen might be showing at that exact moment.
And this is why getting that full picture is so critical. See if a teen is treated only for depression, but those elevated moods aren't addressed, the treatment might not be the right fit. And unfortunately, that can mean they're more likely to relapse after they leave care.
Okay, so we've laid out the challenge. Now let's talk about the solution. This is all about the incredible power of an accurate diagnosis, which is truly the turning point on the road to real stability.
I mean, this simple equation just says it all, doesn't it? It's not about just sticking a label on your kid. It's about finding the right key to unlock the right kind of support. And that's what leads to real, lasting stability for your child and, honestly, for your whole family.
And I really want to pause and say this. None of this is meant to scare you. Not at all. The whole point of this is to empower you, as parents, as caregivers, as professionals, with the knowledge you need to be an effective advocate for your child.
So, where can you turn for that kind of expert guidance? Well, let's take a look at a specific resource that was built to provide exactly this kind of support. Let's meet MentalSpace School.
What MentalSpace School offers is this incredibly comprehensive system. We're talking everything from same-day teletherapy for K-12 students in Georgia, all the way to having dedicated teams of therapists for specific schools. This isn't just a one-off service, it's a whole support network, complete with crisis intervention and family counseling. And you know what? The results of this approach? They really speak for themselves. Let's start with this first number, 89%. That's the percentage of students who showed improved school attendance after getting help. I mean, that's a huge impact on their day-to-day lives.
And then there's this number, 92%. That is the number of students who reported that their anxiety was reduced. These aren't small changes. For so many families, these are truly life-altering outcomes.
This chart really just puts it all into perspective. When you see numbers like 89% improved attendance and 92% reduced anxiety side by side, it becomes so clear. This is tangible proof that this kind of coordinated expert care actually works.
Which brings us to our final and maybe most important section, your path to support. Let's break down the simple, clear steps that you can take, starting right now.
The process is designed to be super direct and accessible. It all starts with a simple screening tool. Then it moves to getting immediate telehealth access. And from there, it's all about coordinated care that brings all the right people together. Let's just focus on that first step for a second. It's a free 2-minute screener. That's it.
Seriously, in less time than it takes to brew a cup of coffee, you can take this huge step toward getting the clarity your family needs. It's such an easy, no-cost way to just begin the journey.
Okay, so here's the info you need to get started. You can find that free screener at chctherapy.com/mentalhealthtests. And for any families or schools who are interested in partnering up, you can connect directly through the MentalSpace School website or just send them an email.
Let's end on this thought right here. This journey can feel so incredibly isolating, but the most important thing to take away from all of this is that support is out there. You do not have to do this alone. The real question isn't whether help exists, it's just when you'll take that first step to reach for it.